Okay, so this is a screencast on getting your bug ready for printing. So the first thing you're going to do is make sure it's on the work plane by pressing D. Drop to work plane. It should be on the work plane nice and flat. You're going to make a duplicate of it. Okay. I'm going to give you the first two steps, and then you should pause it and do this. So that's the first step. The next thing you're going to do is grab a box, and you're going to drag that box out, and it's going to be just big enough for one bug. And you want to make sure that the entire bug is surrounded. And then you're going to look at the side view, and you're going to bring this up so that the legs are still connected to the body. And it's okay if you go through the battery hole and so forth, but you want to make sure that the legs, there's still plastic connecting the legs to the body, and you can see right there. So that's the first two steps. Pause it here and do that. Okay, next step. You're going to take this box and you're going to duplicate it. Okay, so there's now a duplicate box sitting in two holes sitting on top of each other. You're going to go to the work plane button, hit work plane, and click the top of the hole, not your bug, the top of the hole. That's going to move the work plane to the top of the hole here. And now, because this is still selected, I'm going to hit the letter D, drop to work plane, and it's going to move your duplicate hole up onto the next work plane, which is the orange one, D. Okay, so there's my duplicate hole. And I'm going to take my work plane button, I'm going to move it back to its original spot. Now I'm going to select the top hole, and using the arrow keys, I'm going to use the arrow keys, and I'm going to move this over to the other bug. And you want to get it completely separate. You want to orbit around to make sure that that box is only touching the other bug. You don't want to have pressed the up and down arrows. You only want to use the arrow keys. Looks good. The bug is entirely in there. That one's good. Now you're going to group this one. Drag a box, select these two, the hole and the top of the bug, and group that one. And you should be left with these two parts. Okay? Do that. Great. Here's the last part. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this one, hit D, drop to work plane. That one's there. And then I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to rotate it 180 degrees. Do not, repeat, do not, N-O-T, do not use the flip tool or mirror tool to flip this over. It will make it wrong. Okay, so you want to rotate it 180 degrees, then hit D for drop to work plane. You're going to get these relatively close together. Okay, it's really important when you're doing all these steps that you haven't changed the scale of this bug. Okay, so now it's ready for 3D printing, and there's one last step on getting your file to the Google Drive where I can get it so that it can be printed. Hope this worked for you. There you go.